Let's get ready to rumble!
What is up, people? This is your boy Nick from Shank Club NFL over here in the UK, doing a Sunday show instead of a Saturday show because I was doggy daycaring yesterday. If anyone's seen the pictures on YouTube, on Twitter of my new dog, she needs a bit of personal care. She's a rescue dog. And there was no way I was going to come out and do a show yesterday because she would have probably eaten the house, eaten the garage if I'd have brought her out here, eaten everywhere. Without further ado, we're going to get into it. Niners Bengals, obviously, week 14. Going to go through some stuff. Going to bring on some guests as well. But before we start, I'm sure everyone will join me in a brief silence for Demaryius Thomas, who died this week. I believe it was for medical reasons. I haven't seen any updates. So if any of our guests have got any updates when I bring them in, please share with the group. But literally, I just want a brief 10 seconds. I can't keep quiet for 10 minutes. A brief 10 seconds for Demaryius Thomas, who sadly passed away just short of his 34th birthday. Right, without further ado, Shank Club NFL is in the building. Big game this week. It is 49ers Bengals. Got some Niners coming in to join, and unfortunately Freddie accepted to come in as well, so Freddie HD is going to be in the building as well. Let's bring some guests in. Nick, what is up?
How you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah. Been a good day. Just sitting down, just waiting for the kickoff now, really. It's all Sundays ever seem to consist of for me. Well, that and cleaning the kitchen so I can come on your show.
Yeah, but you see, that's a public service. You either do it on a Saturday or if we have to do a Sunday show, you do it on a Sunday. So I help you out. That's the way I like to think of it, Nick. I help you to help yourself.
That's it. You pushed me through, man.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's been really good, man. It's been a cracking all week. Can't complain, to be honest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get to talking some Niners and, as usual, picking some games. And as I did say backstage before we came live, look what the cat's dragged in. We'll take any waif and stray on this show, Nick. You know that. Welcome back, Freddie.
Even us useless Steelers fans. Yeah. Hi, guys.
I'll tell you what, and I will get your opinion on it, but I was loving that Thursday night football until Big Ben all of a sudden took the rocket out of his arse and actually remembered how to sling the ball more than 2 yards in front of him or get sat. I mean, he was getting killed.
I was quite enjoying. To be honest, it got to a point where we were so bad that I was actually laughing at it rather than being all depressed. And then all of a sudden, we decided to go full England and get your hopes up for killing them with Claypool being a muppet at the end. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to today's game with a bit less stress, so it should be all right.
It's always less stressful, my friend, when your team isn't playing.
Absolutely.
Always better. Lawrence, I have sent the email out to everyone. Check your spam, see if it's in there, because I like sending you spam emails. I have double checked the email address, but I will send it again. So I'm just going to do that very, very quickly. Nick, give me your thoughts on, have you seen the replay of the Steelers game, or have you seen the highlights, or have you seen any of the stuff that went down? Honestly, you would not believe, Freddie, we might as well talk about that. Big Ben in the first 3 quarters, possibly, maybe 2.5, was fucking awful. He was getting killed.
It wasn't really Ben's fault, but the offensive line was offensive to watch. They were absolutely hideous. The play calling.
No, it was hilarious. It was a hilarious line. It wasn't offensive as in you should be offended. It was hilarious.
I was offended watching it. It was just awful.
But do you know what?
The defense is meant to be elite, some people have been saying, but no, it was I mean, Dalvin Cook said after the game that Aaron Andrews could have run through our defense. It was that bad. So,
in high heels, I might add. She wouldn't have needed flat
much
shoes. She could have done that. But it was. I mean, I watched the game in 40 and I was really shocked how bad both sides of the ball were. As you say, they absolutely ran all over you. They, Big Ben was doing nothing. The offensive line was a joke. And
I just think we've come to the point now where we just need a complete makeover. This team is completely stagnant. It's going nowhere.
I think that the record has papered over the cracks somewhat, but that game definitely showed you just what the state of your team really is and how lucky sometimes you've been with your schedule. I wouldn't
call it luck to say, because we're clearly a talented team, but in some departments, and Ben can paper over a lot of cracks because people are now realizing it's not Ben that's the problem with this team. There's all sorts of issues, and going from the coaching all the way down to playing stuff.
I mean, I think Tomlin's job is safe, but I think if they have a major retooling in the off season and it's not where it should be after what they've done, then I think maybe he will be on a bit of a hot seat, because obviously I know he's not had a losing season and I get all that, but I think his arse is going to get slightly warm if he brings in a new QB. And let's be honest, I think the line, the QB, and somehow this defense needs to get back on track, because they are a bit like Washington. They flattered to deceive. They've done okay, and then all of a sudden they lay an egg like they did Thursday night. And it's worrying, but it's like, have they been masked all season? Because that was not a Pittsburgh defense.
It just says a lot about how important TJ Watt is. And when he's not healthy, that defense is just a completely different story. That's how important he is to this defense, because there's so many players on it that are just not good enough. That's how it is.
Definitely.
Let's not talk about Steelers. Let's move on to something
I enjoy talking about the Steelers because it makes you squirm, Freddie, and I enjoy that. Ryan,
we did beat the Ravens last week. We didn't mention that on the show because obviously it was before, so we did get that win at least.
Well,
so it's not all bad.
There is that. Ryan, I'm going to resend Lawrence the email. I have done it, but I'm just about to resend it to him again. So, welcome along, bro. I'm just going to come off cam. Give me 2 or 3 minutes just to try and sort it out. But, Ryan, how are you? How's the family? Has your wife divorced you yet after you picked against the Patriots? All that
you got
jazz.
me right. You got me right. You got me right. You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
Okay, my wife's working. My wife's watching me right now. She's watching me. I didn't want to hang it up, so I'm doing it another way. It's Edelman's old jersey. Okay, babe, here you go. Edelman's old jersey. Told you I put one up. Okay, I see it this way. Better. Then we can see it better. Okay, babe. All right, here you go. I got my green screen. I want to do my green screen on the show because I've never done it on this show before. So I know it's all messed up, but it's the best I could do. So
it's still better than my kitchen, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I mean, I got another 49er store behind me, but I wanted to use the green screen, see how I could do with it. So it's all good.
Oh,
So
how's things
yeah,
been there, man?
everything been. Well, my son's doing a lot better. They changed his medicine, and I know I wasn't here the last show you guys had because I was doing stuff up in the hospital. But yeah, they changed the medicine for him. We actually went to the doctors for him on last Friday. Yeah, 2 days ago. We went to the doctors, and she's a very great doctor. She's great. She's been with him ever since he was 1.5. So, and she knows about his heart. And when they did the surgery or the procedure, not surgery, but procedure to freeze the heart part of the heart, it was the first one in 1,000 cases that the guy had that was the most difficult one out of all 1,000. He's most. That's why I call him Miracle Rider. Miracle Rider. He's a miracle.
That's cool, man.
So, yeah, Nick, but I knew I can.
I'm glad
thank
he's
you,
back
thank
on
you.
the mend.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you didn't get divorced. Because I definitely would have divorced you after picking you into my team. You honestly.
Well, I think if the Bills had won, maybe you'd have been in the in trouble. But
Oh God.
But yeah, it's all good. Lawrence, if you are watching, I have sent you another email. Check your spam. Hopefully you'll
Yeah, he texted me and he told me, are you on the show, man? I was like, no, I'm backstage right now. I didn't know if you sent a text to him, so the email.
No, I haven't texted him. I've emailed him twice now.
Okay.
So hopefully he'll join.
I know he's probably gonna do his sign up first before he comes on.
Right. Okay, no problem. Right. So week 14 NFL. Just go through very quickly any notable injuries from any of the games today. Tony Pollard questionable for the Cowgirls. Oh dear, what a shame. Washington have got Landon Collins questionable. I believe a couple of their defensive line are definitely out. Jaguars, one person out, but they're crap anyway. Luckily, all of their I nearly said line dancing, but they're obviously not. They're table dancers. They're all fit for after the game with. So, what's his face will be all right. Urban Meyer will be okay.
have you seen the report that came out yesterday about the Jags?
No, what's he done now?
There's this thing coming out about how the players have lost all sort of respect for him. He had a fallout and said he's way too good for the rest of the coaching staff. There's all sorts of things that have come out. If you have a look on them,
do you know? Actually, I didn't see those quotes or what you've just said, but I know, and Nick will turn to this. They have a certain person who is the GM or someone in the front office who used to be with a certain team in red and gold who loved leaking shit. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he had a voice like that, but I can't do it very much because it hurts my throat. AKA Trent Baalke. Everybody
Man's a
who's
joke.
a Niners fan will know where that leak has come from. And he's in that building, the same as when there was issues with Harbaugh and all the rest of it in San Francisco. That is where the leaks were coming from. So, yes, well done, Trent. Way to make a shit team shitter by starting some leaks. Well done. The Sea Chickens. Questionable. Quandre Diggs, Travis Homer, Jamal Adams, which I think is quite funny, out because they've got no first-round draft picks because they wasted all that money on him. And he's
out for the season as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out for the year. Yeah,
out for the year.
One is cup final, as we say here in the UK, and against the Niners last week. And, he's then disappeared. So, yeah, interesting. Texans, again, and I don't know why they keep rolling this out. Deshaun Watson not injury-related. Yeah, really? You think? Brandon Cook's questionable. The Raiders. Tight end Darren Waller out again. I think that's the second week in a row he's been out, and they do miss him, definitely. Carl Nassib again out, second week in a row. That pass rush definitely needs him back, but it's the Raiders, so who gives a shit? Chiefs, no one I've heard of anyway. Saints, no one. Jets, Tevin, I'm made of glass. Coleman, questionable. Sheldon Rankins, CJ Mosley out with a back. Panthers, no one. Falcons, no one really special. Ravens, Moyles,
Hey, Nick.
doubtful.
Nick?
Yes.
Hate to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Lawrence, or what email or what type of email are you using to send me email? Because he said he didn't get it yet. Who's telling me?
It's coming via StreamYard, so it will be from the Shank Club NFL at gmail.com to his email bambaMLJ27 at gmail.com.
No, LLD. It's LLD, not just at one L. There's two L's. It's Bam LLD. That's what it is. It's Bam at Bam Bam.
Not according to what you sent me, right?
No. But that's Twitter. It's his Twitter handle. His
right,
Gmail is BamBamLJ at gmail.com. Pretty sure that's how
I'm
you
just
do
pulling
it.
it up. I'm just pulling up Gmail. This is live, people. This is what we do. So,
people, sorry.
So Bam
Blame me.
Bam. Yep.
LJ27. LJ27.
LJ27.
At gmail.com.
Yeah, no, that's where I've sent it to.
Okay. I don't know why he's not getting it then. I don't understand. Listen, right now, you probably got it.
And I've even got his picture. It comes up in Gmail. So he's definitely added whatever it is. Oh, look, he's here. Look at that. Look.
There, is that him?
That is him.
Area, that's him. Yep.
Is it?
Yo.
That's flattering.
Lawrence.
That's good, isn't it? We bring him in and he disappears.
Hey, Lawrence, where you at, man? There he is.
There he is.
Good morning.
He's there. There he is. Lawrence. Good morning, Las Vegas. How are you?
Oh, can you hear it? Can you hear him, Lawrence?
You got me?
I'm having a hard time hearing.
I don't know if Lawrence can Lawrence hear me. Are you there?
Can you hear Nick Lawrence or no?
Looks like I'm frozen.
You're frozen? Go back out again. Leave the room and come back in again through the email. Okay?
I've done that.
Might help
come
you.
Back in.
Yeah, it'll help you.
Back to loads of
I
people
got it up,
we've
Nick.
never
I got it
heard
up,
of.
Nick. There you go. My wife's happy about it.
Where was I? Oh, Ravens. Browns. Malik Jackson, questionable. Giants. Daniel Jones is out, but then who cares?
Oh, well.
Mike Glennon is apparently the starting QB, so that'll be hilarious. Kenny Golladay's questionable. Sterling Shepard, questionable. Chargers, Asante Samuel Jr. out with concussion. Lions, who I predicted would win last week. I know a few of you did, but I was the first one that said the Lions were going to come off the schneid and win their first game.
Oh, if we're talking about lone wolves and stuff, Nick, what about my prediction of the Seahawks and the Niners?
Yeah, you can shut up because we don't talk about that game. The 24-hour rule has passed, my son. The 24-hour rule.
There, so
24-hour rule on the Sea Chickens versus the Niners has passed, so you cannot mention that game again, I'm afraid. But if we'd have done a show on Monday, you could have brought it up. But unfortunately, 24 hours.
I'm sorry. I'm not letting my lone wolf go down after all the abuse I got.
There we go.
There you go.
Now. Are you in, Lawrence?
Gentlemen, what's going on?
There we go.
What's happening?
We got you, Lawrence. How you doing? How are you? Good
Top
morning.
of whatever it is. Good morning. Or good afternoon to you, gentlemen. And what's up, Ryan?
What's up, my man Lawrence? What's going on, man? Meet Nick
What's up?
and the crew. Nick and the crew.
Appreciate y'all having me on.
We get there eventually.
It's early
I have to
here,
drag your
you know.
ass out of bed at 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning, but I got your ass on here, man. And that's
Sunday is the best day. Day for church and the day for football. What else can you ask for?
Exactly. 49ers injury news. Trenton Cannon, and that did look really bad.
Yeah, he's probably done.
It wasn't serious. He's out with concussion. Elijah Mitchell, concussion and knee. Defensive tackle Maurice Hurst out calf. Greenlaw still with a groin. Now, this is where it gets worrying for me, bearing in mind who the Niners are going up against. Emmanuel Mosley out, ankle. Deontay Johnson, personal. Questionable, Deebo Samuel, but I've heard he's go. But I don't know how go. Bengals, there isn't really anybody. I mean, questionable is a bit hit and miss. Joe Mixon, apparently illness. T. Higgins ankle. Chidobe Awuzie, and I haven't ever practiced that name, so I'm quite pleased I managed to get that right in one take. He is questionable with a foot, and just scrolling through, there's not really much more there that's
Oh man,
concerning. So, Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
Niners, Bengals. Obviously, I've just read the injury report. We are going to pick the games very, very shortly. We're going to go through them quickly. But what are your thoughts on today's game regarding the Niners and the Bengals? Do they match up well in your eyes? What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, first, we have to start with the secondary. And, the injury to E-Man, having one of the rookies start, Diamador or Ambry, I think that's going to be an issue. I don't know which one of them has a better opportunity at starting and playing well, playing effective at a high level. But one of them will be starting today if they're not interchangeable. We do have Warner back, so I think the defense will be okay. But the primary thing for us is we're going to have to score points today. I do think we're going to give up some. Joe Mixon is an excellent running back, and we know about the 3 wide receivers that they have. I know the quarterback, Joe Burrow has an injury right now to his throwing hand, or at least he's coming off an injury. So I watched yesterday some video of him throwing on the sideline during the game last week after he injured it, and it was bad. He was in a lot of pain. So after just a week, that may affect him. And that would be something that we need, because I think that their offense is primed to, and Kyle Shanahan said yesterday, at any time they could put up a lot of points. And they haven't been doing it over the last few weeks. And I think they could be primed to do that today to us if we're not careful.
Definitely. I mean, Jamar Chase is a worry, because that guy is a beast.
It's a problem. Yep.
Depending on, obviously, who they put up against him, I'm guessing they're going to put Josh Norman up against him. It's worrying.
That still leaves T. Higgins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know with those receivers, man. I don't know where you can cover them. They've got a decent tight end. Obviously, they've got Joe Mixon, running back, who can catch balls out of the backfield. Would you, Lawrence? Would you move? In certain situations, would you be tempted to put Jimmy Ward in the slot or leave him at the back end and hope for the best?
Honestly, I would, especially if Tart is healthy or healthy enough. We have Huff. Tart and Huff can play, in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. Tart can play single high if it comes down to it. He can play Jimmy Ward's position. He can play free safety if necessary. So we can have Huff back there, we can have Tart back there, and then maybe we can have Jimmy Ward down in the slot. I've been thinking that all week, that he may need to cover some wide receivers this week, especially because this team has, I believe, 3 wide receivers that can get down the field.
Yeah, I agree, and I do like Hafunga at the back end. So if we've got another safety that we can, bring in on certain packages, I think that's going to help and definitely bring Jimmy up. Whether he plays as a box safety if you want, or he plays as a nickel back. Nick, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the weapons that the Bengals, and I'm still going to call them the Bengals, fuck it, even if they blow us out by 50 points, they're still the Bengals. What are your thoughts on the Bengals, Nick?
I mean, I haven't watched a great deal. I mean, let's be honest, I don't think many people have, other than their own fans over the last couple of years, to be honest. But they're a new team now. You've got Jamar Chase is absolutely tearing the place up. They're having a good time. They're looking like a tidy team again. We all had a proper dig at them for not taking Penny Sewell in the draft and taking instead not shoring up that offensive line, but it's working out for them. They're looking tidy. Again, like Lawrence, the concern is it's got to be the secondary. I mean, let's be honest. I don't really want to see Josh Norman lining up against any of them because it's PI written all over it. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get caught. I reckon, honestly, Josh Norman's good for probably 45 penalty yards this game.
That's quite a record. Now,
it's not looking good.
We may all be worrying about nothing because we went up against Minnesota. We went toe to toe. I know certain players were in that are now out, but everyone was worried about Dalvin Cook and I can't think of the receiver's name. Anyway, their receiver who catches balls for fun. Everyone was worried about him, and in the end, yes, the Niners came away with the W, and they weren't big factors. I think, for me personally, I think we got to get aggressive early and put Burrow under pressure. Keep him under pressure. Be in his face. Try and stop the run as best we can. But I think they're going to come out slinging. And I think you might be surprised with Josh Norman. I think he might only get 20 yards penalties. That's my bold prediction.
I see.
You know what my bold predictions are like? Pretty much fucking garbage. But Freddie, as an outsider, and you're obviously going to be watching this game today, and you are a student of the game. What are your thoughts? What are you looking for out of this game that's going to catch your eye?
Well, other than the Bengals getting destroyed because they're in our division, this is, as you say, it's a horrible matchup for the Niners. Really, we found this out a couple of weeks ago when we didn't have Joe Hayden, so we were struggling with corners and against the Bengals with T. Higgins. And Jamar Chase, you're going to be struggling. It's a tall ask, particularly as Burrow played pretty poorly last week. I know he's got that slight injury, but he was not good last week against the Chargers at all. So he'll be wanting to put himself right back into the frame as the guy to watch in our division. But offensively, they'll be fine, and defensively, they're a lot better than people give them credit as well. They made some fantastic free agency moves. Mike Hilton was a good one. They nicked from us. Trey Hendrickson's come in and done a good job. And there's a couple of other guys as well. So this is a completely new look Bengals team. But the thing with the Bengals is, and particularly as I've watched them a lot this season, being a divisional rival, you don't know what you're going to get from them each week. One week they'll blow out the Steelers. The following week they'll do nothing and get blown out themselves. So it depends what you see with the Bengals. As for the Niners, they're quite similar. Again, they're very similar in the fact that they can play against anyone and beat anybody, but then on another day they can have a shocker when everyone expects them to win and fall apart, like we saw last week. Sorry for mentioning it again.
24-hour rule, but I'll let you have that one, Freddie. The only thing I will say about last week that was concerning as a 49ers fan was all of our points came in the first half and we did nothing in the second half, and that's a worry against any team. Doesn't matter who it is.
It just shows that Seattle or whoever it was saw what you were doing in the first half and knew how to suddenly change it at halftime, make the adjustments
Yeah,
up. And
Pete. What happened was Pete Carroll changed his gum, and the motherfuckers won. That's the only reason.
That's a good
I
explanation.
fucking hate the Seahawks, and I hate Pete Carroll. But that enough from me. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, as you say. There are.
I
some
think you're right, though, Nick.
matchups.
I think you're going to have to put, if you're going to beat them, you've got to put points on the board, because this is not to beat the Bengals. You can't beat them 10-7 or 17-13
No, I mean,
because they are going to put points on you.
I'm not going to ask for score predictions from everyone, because we're still going to pick the games, but we'll go round the horn very quickly, points wise. How many points do you think the night? Obviously, I will get to you, Ryan, in a second for your views on it. But Freddie, how many points do you think the Niners will have to put up to win this game? And another point that you said about the Bengals defense, they are missing a couple of their middle linebackers, which I think is where you're going to see Kyle dial up some stuff where Jimmy's comfortable over the middle. Now, I know Jimmy does like to throw to middle linebackers because that's what he does. And do you know what? Every time I play Madden, which isn't very often, he always gets fucking intercepted over the middle. Even when there's no one near him, and he'll throw it, or I'll throw it, being him, and all of a sudden the linebacker appears from nowhere and I get picked, and it fucking annoys me. How many points, Freddie, do you think this Niners team is going to need to put up to put this team to bed?
On a Bengals bad day, 25, but I'm thinking 30 plus, frankly. If it's going to be a high scoring game. They have
done 30 points in a few games, so it's not out of the realms of possibility that they could actually do that today. So, Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Okay. All I know is I'm looking forward to seeing Brian Hill if he does play. Where did he come from? Atlanta. I tell you, Kyle must have a high hope on the guys from Atlanta, because I knew he used to play there. He used to call plays and all that bullshit. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing Brian Hill. I hope he does. He got elevated. I guarantee I was hoping he would. He looked good on tape. He did. His videos look pretty good. But my thing, I know JWJ is probably going to be the starter. JWJ is going to be a starter. They're probably going to mix in Debo. I just pray to God he don't get hurt. Because I don't know, but I think Kyle's rushing him back for some reason. I don't know.
I think my personal thing on Debo is he is a threat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He is a threat. But he can also be a decoy, right? So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think he will probably. He is going to be on a snap count. Everyone knows it, right? And I think maybe 20 to 30 snaps tops, depending on how the game's going. The problem you've got, obviously, is our running back room is depleted again, still with our number one so-called running back. Who
the hell is Jared Wilson?
I don't know what it is with 49ers running backs.
Who's Jared Wilson? Do you know who Jared Wilson is? Jared
Wilson?
Gerard Wilson? Is that how you say his name? Safety? He's a safety.
Right.
They brought him in too. I don't know who he is though. I didn't see a tape on him yet, so
probably Carl knows him.
Ron Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many points do the Niners have to put up, Ryan, to beat the Bengals?
Oh boy, I would say at least 30 burger.
30.
I'd say 30. Yeah, 30 burger.
Cool. Lawrence, what do you think? How many points do you think we're going to have to put up against this team to put them away?
Being on the road as well, I definitely think we need anywhere from 28 to 30 points. If you think about it, Joe Burrow is technically what they call in the league still a rookie. I think they said that you have to play 20 games in the league before the players consider you not a rookie. He has 12 interceptions on the year, and he's going to throw us one. So we'll have an opportunity to put up points, I do believe, and we're going to need to. I think we need at least 30 points. And we scored 30 points in 4 out of our last 6 games, so I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. And I think we need that amount for sure to get a W here. It's not going to be a 20-17 game.
No, it's as you say, it's going to swing. And I think I definitely think turnovers are really important in this game. And if the Niners defense can make give up, an INT or something, we've got to score. If we get turnovers, we've got to score points. And that's, again, through, I don't know, I go back to 2012 possibly, when you had Dante Hittner and you had Deshaun Golston and you had Alex Smith at QB. The biggest problem we had then was we were only getting 3 points a lot. We weren't punching it in the end zone. And you go back historically and they've had, it's all great, all well and good getting turnovers, but if you don't score or you don't, if you don't get in the end zone, that kind of hurts you. And that, you can say that for any team, but you look at certain teams, when they get turnovers, they put the ball in the end zone and it's never a question. Niners have been this way for the last 10 years, possibly, that they never capitalize on turnovers. You could get 5 turnovers, but if you get 5 turnovers and you're only scoring 9 points, yes, you win the turnover battle, but that doesn't guarantee you're going to win the game. And that's, been my issue with this Niner defense. Yes, they've shown up at times, but again, you've got to turn those turnovers, that sounded awful, into points. But anyway, let's pick some games.
Touchdowns.
I've got a lot of games to get to. We'll leave the Niners till last because I'm good like that. So let's start with, and there are some quite sneaky good games for the early games. Nick, Cowboys versus what the fuck? Choose.
I don't want to do it, but for the team we need to. We need a cowgirl victory because we don't want Washington sneaking up on us. If we're looking at this wildcard spot as a genuine possibility, we need the Cowboys to win. And
by the way,
hurts.
Lawrence, I don't know if you've seen the show. I'm guessing you have previously because you agreed to come on with us lunatics. But when we do the picks, if you get it wrong, if you're the only person to pick that team, you have to do a lone wolf. So, bit like the NFL, what is it? NFL game day morning. And I go, or if you're Freddie, you sound like an injured dog over there. Freddie the injured dog. Freddie. Cowboys, WTF, choose. Oh, look, right on cue.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Well, this is one where Mike McCarthy. This is quite difficult.
Is that a Labrador?
No. Don't ask. It's a long
He's cute, Freddie. He's cute, man. He's cute.
The dog's not too bad either.
Yeah, you're definitely not cute.
So Mike McCarthy said this week that Cowboys are definitely going to win. So I'm 100% going with Washington because I can't stand Mike McCarthy and I can't stand the Cowboys. So come on, the football team.
Ryan?
Freddie, why'd you go for the football team? Why?
I've got Washington.
I'm going Washington all day long.
We have to have. I'm sorry, Nick. We have to go for the Cowgirls. You gotta go for Cowgirls.
That Las Vegas.
Because if we win today and they win, we climb at a 6th seed. Okay, we climb at a 6th seed. We want to stay up there. I'm telling you, we want to stay up there because I know we have a few tough games against Titans and the Rams, and we need to carry this out. Hope we can stay in the 6th seed to the last game. I have a question here for all the panel and all the people that are watching. I thought about this a few days ago too. If we're in the 6th seed by the second to last game, and that's against Atlanta or Houston, which one is that one? Do you know who that is? The second last game before the Rams? Does anybody know who that is or no?
What was the
I have a
question?
big question here. It's a big question.
Second to last game
Yep,
is the Texans.
Texans. If we beat the Texans, we beat them. And
We will.
if we lose against the Rams, but we'll probably go down to the 7th seed, would you rather rest your starters for 2 weeks before the preseason game? Rest all your starters, that way we're all fresh up for the first wildcard game. Would you rather do that?
Definitely not. I don't agree with resting anybody. If we get in, or any team gets on a roll, and again, I'm not a fan of resting starters. Now, just to take this to a UK thing, okay, we have a soccer competition here, and obviously the Premier League, and a lot of teams will, if you're in the FA Cup, which is like I can't think of what the American soccer. Freddie's Paul. Look at that. Freddie's got a girlfriend, and she's got long ears. You should never rest players. You should always play your best team, whether it's soccer, whether it's lacrosse,
Even when they're playing against us.
cricket. You should never rest your start, and that annoys me. And especially when I've been in the past to soccer games, and I'm talking quite a few years ago when my team were mediocre. Well, they still are, but not that good. And I would travel 300 miles to watch a game, and they put their second teamers out, and that annoys the shit out of me. It really annoys me. So no, play your starters. That's what they're paid for. You get nothing by. I mean, okay, right. If we were ahead of the NFC West and all the teams below us were 5 games out of first place, and it was a nothing game against the Texans, or maybe I would say 70% of the starters should still play. But when you're fighting for your playoff life and it's close and you're round about the 7th seed, the 6th seed, the 5th seed, you putting in your second string could fuck the whole playoff thing, and it doesn't bode well for you going into the playoffs. So, me personally, do not rest your starters. Shit or bust, make sure you win.
Agree.
Personally.
Agree.
Never understood.
The football
why.
guys will get you.
And the other thing is as well, obviously, with American football, tickets aren't cheap. And you get one game a season you can maybe afford to go and watch. So doesn't matter whose team it is. If I'm coming over from the UK and I've just spent the best part of $7,000, I want to see all those starters out on the field. I don't want to see second, third stringers. And that's not me being selfish because I've spent all that money. You want the full experience. And you're not going to get that watching, Nate Studfeld, because they want to protect
Dante
Jimmy
Johnson
and Trey. And well, he is. He should be known as Mr. Teflon, because whatever happens, he sticks to this team. It's bizarre, but who knows? Right.
Somebody asked them why the other day.
I am going to pick Washington this game, just for a change, because I can't pick.
Now, Nick, I'm going to cut you off for
There
a
you
second.
go.
I want to say something real quick now. The Rams, the last game, since they're probably thinking about doing the same thing, they're going to rest their starters for the playoffs. Do you think we actually win that game against the Rams then? If we have our starters in?
We'll beat the.
We have the Rams number
because they are the same sorry ass Rams. Let's not. I couldn't give a shit.
We're going to beat them regardless.
Shanny
Exactly.
Kyle Owens, McVay.
And there's one reason why I will never, ever, ever, ever pick the Cowboys or the She Chickens, because I am faithful then, faithful now. And it makes no difference. I'm never picking those motherfucking Seahawks or the Cowgirls. It ain't happening.
What if they play each other?
Did anyone lone wolf? Because I haven't got my usual sidekick here.
No lone wolf.
No lone wolf. That's good. That's good. Anyone going to pick the Jaguars to beat the Titans? Anyone give the lap dancing specialists a chance?
No.
Titans, everyone?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Now, the next one, again, we all know who I'm going to pick, but I'm interested to see if there's anyone that is actually going to pick the same as me. Sea Chickens, Texans. Lawrence. Oh, he's just gone off.
Timing.
Ryan, choose.
You know me. I don't go for Sea Chickens. You know I don't. So this is my upset of the week. It's my upset. Go for Texans. I know.
Oh,
I know
Freddie's shaking his head.
I know, Freddie. I know. It's my upset of the week, though.
I can't be lone wolfing on this, surely.
It's my upset, so it's my upset.
Unfortunately, you've picked the show where it's a 49ers show and we all hate fucking Seahawks. So, can you get your dog to bark as opposed to your crap lone wolf? That might be better. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nick.
Freddie, you're lone wolfing it, buddy.
Okay.
I'm picking the Texans.
Get ready for the dog to go nuts and jump up.
I could be a complete chicken and join you.
Oh, hang on. I think Lawrence is back.
I believe you've already made your call, Freddie.
Lawrence, are you back?
Yes. Thank you.
Are you picking the Sea Chickens or are you picking the Texans?
I have to pick the Sea Chickens.
Oh,
I want to be realistic. I don't think there's any way that Texans can beat them right now.
Oh, Freddie was so close to doing
it hurts my soul. It hurts my soul to pick them, but I mean, I'm gonna just be real. They're not gonna. They just beat our ass. They're not gonna lose to the Texans.
As a famous Sean Connery James Bond film from back in the 80s was, never say never, or Any Given Sunday.
Yes.
Raiders.
Any given Sunday.
Who'd you pick, Lawrence? Did you pick Texans?
No, he didn't.
See,
The
okay.
No.
Seacocks, huh?
Some people only get invited on this show once. Hashtag
I've survived many over the time, so don't worry, Lawrence.
I have told Freddie he's banned, and I have kicked him out a few times. But hey ho, Raiders Chiefs. Ryan, who you got?
Well, I think Scott would be happy about this one. I'm going for the Chiefs.
I've obviously got to go with Chiefs because I can't pick the fucking sorry bum ass Raiders. Lawrence.
But I live in Vegas, and I'm going to pick against them no matter who they play. I got the Chiefs.
Just out of interest, have you been down and seen that stadium?
I have not been down yet. I had a homeboy went down to the game. He invited me, couldn't make it just a couple of weeks ago. But I've driven past it many a time. It's something. It's something.
It looks to me better than SoFi in LA. I don't like the design of that. I do like.
I'm gonna try to get to SoFi. I'm from LA,
shame.
you know.
It's just a shame.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get
the
the stuff out.
Sly-ass Raiders are in that stadium kicking around it and never going to win nothing, which is hilarious.
It
Freddie,
looks beautiful.
it does
Chiefs
look
or-
very good,
Chiefs,
I must
Kansas
admit.
City by a mile.
Exactly. Nick?
Yeah, Chiefs.
Now, Scott, if you are watching, Mahomie the GOAT, if you're still here, all of Scott's burner accounts that always tune into the show, we all pick the Chiefs just for you, but only because it's the Raiders. Saints, Jets. Now, the Saints looked awful. And the QB situation, they've paid Taysom Hill a shit ton of money. And Freddie's dog could play better than what Taysom Hill played last week. I ain't going to lie. Nick, Saints, Jets, choose.
Let's say Saints have lost 5 on the bounce. I'm going to go with Robert Saleh to get a win here. I'm going to go Jets.
That is a bad, yeah. I mean, 5 on the spin is ridiculous for a team like that. And again, it shows up where deficient teams are deficient, and they're obviously deficient in a lot of areas. I'm going to say Salah and the Jets just because he was the D coordinator, not because I believe it, just because he was with the Niners. Freddie, who have you got?
This is a game I couldn't care less about. 2 horrible teams. I'm going to go with you. I think the Jets will win. The Saints are just too banged up, and Taysom Hill at quarterback is a disaster. So yeah, I'm going with the Jets.
I think the thing is with this game as well, if you were in that market in the States and that was the game you were going to watch at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m., whichever it is, and you're stuck with that only game, surely that would convince you to buy Game Pass because you couldn't want to watch 2 worse teams.
I mean,
right?
you've got CBS and Fox. You just watch the one.
Yeah.
I'd feel cheated if I was in America and I didn't follow either of those 2 teams, and that was forced upon me. I'd feel cheated. Ryan,
Absolutely.
who have you got? Jets or the Saints?
3 minutes ago, Eric Brandt just tweeted that contender DJ Jones has the 49ers nose tackle has given thought of signing a multi-year contract that could retire his parents and set up his 3 older sisters. So I hope he does sign it. I like DJ Jones.
I love DJ Jones. He's been a beast this year in the
I think he's going to resign.
Been a great player.
I got Jets, guys. I got Jets.
Lawrence?
I got Salah and the Jets.
There you go. Clean sweep.
I agree with Freddie. I couldn't care less about this game. But, yeah, so for that reason, I'll go with Salah.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say at 6 p.m. here in the UK, I'm not putting that game on Game Pass. I'd rather pull my eyelids off. Falcons, Panthers, Lawrence, both 5 and 7. The Atlanta, bizarrely, have outscored their opponents 112-41 since week 10. Panthers are still flattering to deceive. Matty Ice probably coming to the end of his career, sadly. He's getting beat up every week. Who have you got? Falcons, Panthers?
Because of the last thing that you said, I have Carolina. Matt Ryan is at the end of his career. I think it's not on the same level as Ben Roethlisberger, but he's getting there. So I'm going to go with Carolina.
Yeah, no one is as bad as Ben Roethlisberger at this point.
No, but I can play better than Ben Roethlisberger right now, I think.
There you go. In fact, with 2 broken legs, you could probably move faster.
Yeah, I can move faster with no legs, right, with no sticks.
Exactly.
Ryan playing better than Jimmy G this season. Just saying.
That's not difficult.
Yes, sir.
Difficult. Ryan, who have you got in this one?
What was that again? I'm sorry. What game was it? Oh, the Atlanta Panther game?
Yeah, Atlanta's or Panther. Atlanta or the Panthers? I've only had 2 drinks. It's fucking terrible.
I do like Matt
Jesus.
Ryan, but I just don't see this one to win this one for some reason. McCaffrey's out for the season. I know that for a fact. I've seen that. He's out. But and I do not like friggin' whatever you want to call him, Superman or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, I gotta go Panthers. I'll go to Panthers. Yeah.
Actually, I forgot about that. I've got to sneaky watch this game to see if Cam Newton can be as fucking awful as he was with his 5.41 passer rating.
5 for
I am
21
going to
with
go
2 picks.
Falcons, Matty Ice, because I still don't believe Cam Newton should be a QB in this league. I think he's trash. I've said that for the last 2 years, and I have been proved right time and time again. Falcons, Freddie.
I agree. Panthers have binned off their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, who was brilliant at LSU. Matt Rule's got this stupid offensive play calling that's not working. And he overruled Brady more than once. He's now in charge. To me, the Falcons, they're as much of a mess as the Panthers are. But if I'm going on trust on quarterbacks, and I trust Matt Ryan more than I trust whoever the Panthers decide to play at quarterback. So I'm going with the Falcons, same as you, Nick.
Sorry, I've just looked at Twitter very quickly. Breaking news: I have definitely 100% found one of Scott at Mr. Rogers Burner's account, because he's just sent me a message. I'm at Arrowhead if you want to hop on. And if you look at the Fish Whisperer message from 50 minutes ago, he's at Arrowhead if he wants me. So we all know now Scott has got a burner account. Sorry, I digress.
More than one. Mahomey the GOAT as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I am going to send Scott a quick email to see if he does want to hop on so we can get a look at Arrowhead in the cold. Nick, who have you got?
Yeah, for all the reasons Freddie said, I got the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think, I mean, I really need to, I should have clipped the I'm back because it's bullshit. I just don't like Cam Newton. I'm sorry. I think he believes his own hype, and this isn't Cam Newton from MVP or the year after that or the year after that. It's going to be, I think I'm going to have it on in the background just to see if Cam Newton is as awful dog shit as he was. I mean, he made Ben Roethlisberger look like Patrick Mahomes. That's how bad he was last week. And that's saying something, Freddie, right? That is saying something. Now, this is an interesting matchup. Browns and Ravens. Browns 6-6. Ravens 8-4. Lamar Jackson is 5-1 over Baker Mayfield career. So I'm guessing that means college as well. Nick, who are you picking?
I know the Ravens, we've said it on multiple times in several shows. The Ravens have been quite lucky. I think you're going to see them be lucky again. I think they'll beat the Browns.
Sorry, I lost the tab there because I'm trying to send the email over to the Fish Whisperer. Sorry, who did you pick, Nick?
I go with the Ravens to get lucky over the Browns once again.
Ravens. Okay. Freddie HD, who you got?
I think the Browns. Marlon Humphrey's out for the season, so the Ravens have no corners. The Browns are going to be, Baker's going to be as healthy as possible because they had a bye week last week, so he's had a couple of weeks to get at least somewhat healthy. And I just think the Browns are a healthier team at the minute, so Cleveland for me. And I think I'm not sure it'll be that close either.
Yeah, so it is an interesting matchup, this one. As you say, Browns are healthy. Ravens, I still don't know if Lamar is going to get them over the hump, because you buy into it and then they sell you out. A bit like the Chargers, but on a more consistent basis. Yeah, I'm going to go Brownies. I'm going to Brownies. Ryan, who have you got?
I'll tell you right now. I don't. Some reason why I don't trust Lamar for some reason. He keeps on messing up. Especially, I don't know, was it last week one or the week before that he messed up real bad. And their team was a mess. He was on the sideline arguing at his same team. You know. So yeah, I'll go for the Browns. I got the Browns.
Thing is, they've got some good receivers. Mark Andrew, obviously tight end, and they've got Hollywood Brown, and they're with a running QB. And that was always the thing, that when they draft or get decent receivers, why are they bothering? Because most of the time, Lamar just wants to pull it down. And he's got a weird throwing action as well. And you can tell he doesn't like throwing. He'd rather pull it and do whatever. Lawrence, who have you got in this one?
I don't trust Baker Mayfield, really, as far as I can throw him. And even though I know the Browns right now are probably healthier, they have Myles Garrett. I trust, I guess, probably John Harbaugh more than anybody else on the other side of the field. So I'm going to go with the Ravens in this division game, and they're fighting for the playoffs. And again, I just don't trust Baker and the Browns. Like we said, they're inconsistent. So I'll go with Baltimore. And with that, real quick, gentlemen, I would say I'm going to have to drop off for the rest of the stream. It's been a pleasure. I want to say I appreciate y'all having me on this morning. And go Niners. Niner gang or don't bang.
See you there, Lawrence. See you next time, bud.
Lawrence,
Nice to meet
you. Take care, brother.
I appreciate it.
Lawrence, bud.
Thank you. And I'll see the rest of y'all around.
No, Lawrence, bud.
Giants, Chargers. Now, Giants are going to have Mike Glennon at QB. Fucking hell. It from the frying pan into the fire, surely.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are going to just light them up.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go around and ask on that one.
No.
Giants are not going to win this game.
Anyone okay? Well, let's paraphrase. Is anybody picking the Giants?
Never.
Hey, John V.
JV, if you want to hop on, put a message in the comments. And
Who's Giants got?
Quickly.
Who's Giants got?
Come on, JV,
Chargers.
let us know.
Chargers? Yeah, I got Chargers.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so that's a clean sweep. JV, if you want to come on, hit us up in the comments. I'll invite you, and then you can go through the games quickly again. Lions are Broncos. Now, the Lions came off a massive win last week, and I did pick them. I don't think I lone wolf, but I did.
Three of us did.
Yeah, it was all the Niners lot picked the.
Yeah. I said, Freddie, you didn't pick him. You didn't pick them.
No, I
Freddie,
went Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that. John V's working, flipping burgers. I hope you don't wear the same bad uniform that Scott wore when he came on with his chief thing that looked like a McDonald's outfit. I'm sure you don't. But good to have you along, John. Good to have you in the comments.
Absolutely.
Lions Broncos. Now, Denver lost last week, didn't they? I believe, and they were expected to win, and it was a shit show.
No, they were playing Arrowhead, so that's a bit harsh, I think.
But they didn't. They were okay. Let me rephrase that. They were expected to go in there and at least make it a game. Yeah. And Teddy Two Gloves wasn't that good. Both Lions starting running backs are out. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Jared Goff again. Put my faith in him last week, and that was a great game. Oh, hang on.
Blimey.
I'm making soup, 7 gallons of wedding. Is that a special American thing, wedding soup? Because I've never heard of that flavour. I've heard of tomato, mushroom. So I don't know what wedding soup is. But
it's close to Christmas, so we'll let you off with the bad dad jokes.
Thank you very much. You've obviously got a big cauldron thing on a stove with like a witch's thing that you're
Yeah, he stole it from me.
spinning. Yes, well, you are the king of bad jokes, Freddie. But anyway, I'm going to go the Lions just because they won last week. It was a beautiful thing to see for all the Lions fans, and that last drive. If you'd have come down from Mars and didn't know who Jared Goff was, he was on point that last drive, remarkably. Yeah, fuck it, Lions. Nick,
Is it Broncos at home, aren't they?
yeah, it's at Mile High.
Yeah,
whatever
I can't
Mile
see.
High.
I can't see anything other than a big Broncos victory. That team is going to go all out for Demaryius Thomas today. They're going to win.
I to be honest, I did forget about that, as in factoring that into the game. We've got an update from F Extraordinaire. Wedding soup. It's chicken based with teeny pasta. Pasta.
Pasta.
Pasta. Little meatballs, spinach, onion, and celery. Actually,
That
sounds
sounds
very,
good.
very nice. To be fair,
I
Well,
know
some
you
of
lived in
that.
Chelsea, Nick.
Sorry, say again.
I didn't know you lived in Chelsea, Nick.
I do pasta, not pasta. It's pasta. I've forgotten where I was. Freddie, I got all excited about the wedding soup. Freddie, who have you got in this one?
Jets have too many. Lions have too many players on COVID list. Broncos are at home. Mile High is a horrible place to go for any team. The Broncos are a really good team. They just don't have a quarterback, so I expect them to win this one comfortably. And as Nick alludes to, this is a game they're paying tribute to Demaryius Thomas, so there's no way they're losing this game. So Broncos all day long.
Can I just say, hang on a second. I'm warming up my throat for the lone wolf. Ryan,
I think Ryan's coming the same way as us. He's got a feeling.
Broncos, Lions.
Come on.
Come to us.
Yeah, I just want to see the Lions beating them for some reason. That Mile High, that place gonna be packed. And you know damn well if Broncos lose this game, man, I tell you. And John Elway is probably watching that too. John Elway, he's gonna say, "Why the hell did you guys lose against the Lions of all teams?" You know.
It would be good to see Horseface in the box when they're getting blown out. Not being very happy, I must admit.
Go for it, Nick. Warm it up and let it out.
Come on, son.
My dog indoors is probably going to hear this and go nuts, but fuck it. I don't care. After last week's Lone Wolf, after last week, the Lions, somehow they found a way to win. Fuck knows how, but they did. So this is a very, very, very good game on paper when you look at it, but I don't think it's going to live up to the hype. Bills, Bucks. Freddie, choose.
I said this on Carl's preview show on Thursday. I think the Buccaneers win this by a landslide. Brady against the Bills has been a landslide for years. The Bills can't run the football, so they're going to have to rely on Josh Allen to win them this game on their own. He's not good enough to do that on his own against the Bucs defense. And Tampa will be all over them. So I don't think this will be particularly close. Buccaneers.
I mean, I know Tom Brady has been in the league for 65 years, but this is an incredible stat. Tom Brady is 32-3 versus Buffalo. That's fucking crazy. I know they're in the same division, but even so, that is fucking or they were, sorry. That is crazy. I don't want the Buccaneers to win because I don't want Brady. I don't want to see him lifting a fucking trophy again because it was annoying. But
Well, I hate to tell you, Nick. Like I said, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I said, if they make it to the final there and make the playoffs finally, we might go against them at home at their house, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the cannons won't be going off, trust me. I am going to go. I don't trust the Bills, but I'm going with Tom Brady. And, yeah, unfortunately, I've got to go Bucks. Nick?
Bucks. I can't see Bills winning.
Ryan?
Yeah, I got the Bucks.
Bears, Packers. Anyone got the Bears?
What a horrible prime. Why they stuck the Bears on bloody prime time again? Oh,
Do you know what? The
Packers.
thing is, and we all know they flex games, right? They flex games. And it tells you a lot when that's Sunday night football and they couldn't find a better fucking game. Well, in fact, didn't they flex? No, they flexed the Niners from a 10 a.m. or 1 a.m. or whatever it was. 10
They flexed. They brought us down, didn't they?
backwards, didn't they? But out of all those games, they couldn't find another game to flex into Sunday night football.
I guess it's the old rivalry, so I guess they have to have a prime time
but
game every
I'm
year.
not being funny. The Packers are going to blow this lot out by probably 15 to 20
as you say, there's three good early games. So there's the Cowboys Washington game, there's the Browns Ravens game, and there was another one, maybe Raiders Chiefs as well. So there's 2 or 3 games that they can stick on that later game. So
yeah,
I wonder if they're hoping to see maybe a mid-game sacking from Nagy, perhaps.
that'd be nice.
Right, Rams Cardinals.
Again, I don't see this as particularly close either.
I am going to say, because it.
Oh, hang on, Nick. Have a look in the comments.
Oh,
Looks like JV is going to be lone wolfing over his soup cauldron.
We don't need to hear his terrible lone wolf, so that's all right.
But to be fair, when John has done, when he's been at home and he's had some lone wolves, his dog is actually really quite good doing ad lib lone wolves when you don't expect it. So, I hate both of these teams. I hate the Rams more. I don't really have a fuck the Rams. Cardinals. Nick?
Cardinals victory helps us more. Yeah, Cardinals.
Freddie?
Well, the Rams don't have any running backs, do they? I think Henderson's out as well. So, goodness knows what they're going to do. They're going to rely on Matthew Stafford, who's been throwing picks all the time recently against the good teams. There's no way the Cardinals to win this for me all day long.
Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Cardinals are only good when, they're good, I guess. But, my God, Rams, jeez. My God, tough one. Really is a tough one. But, yeah, since they're home, I was going for the Cards. Yeah, they're running away to the division anyway, so.
Bizarrely, and I know stats don't mean shit half the time, but the Rams have won 8 last 9 games against Arizona. And that may have some bearing on what goes on, but fuck it, I can't pick the Rams.
In fairness, though, Nick, Cardinals won at the Rams earlier in the season, so
I think if the Rams hadn't played the Jags last week, we'd be talking about the Rams being in free fall at the moment. Because then that would, if they played a decent team, they would have I think they would have lost, and that would have made it 4 or 5 losses on the bounce for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you get games sometimes where you come off a loss, and it's a get right game, and that was their get right game. You had Kyler Murray back. Cardinal wise, I'm talking. You had D-Hop back, and then the Rams had an easy-ish game. But as you say, and I still don't buy the hype over Stafford because he's putting up numbers, but he's still throwing picks. He's still inconsistent in a lot of games. And to me, that would be an issue if I was a Rams fan because, Goff could have probably taken them to that record with the same amount of picks. So they are an enigma, really, the Rams. They're a weird one. They're a weird one. Now, the most important game today.
Obviously.
9:25 p.m. UK time. the San Francisco 49ers go up against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Did I hear that right? You called them the Bengals.
Bungles have appeared in 2 Super Bowls against the 49ers.
Ooh.
And Chris Collinsworth's first Super Bowl, and everyone knows, right? I do sit in a chair, an office chair, but unfortunately there's a wheel missing, so I can't do the Collinsworth slide. And I'll fall arse over bollocks, so I'm not going to do that. We've had Jesse Sapolo on, everyone knows. And he played in the game, the Super Bowl, which was the drive game where John Candy was in the stand. I am predicting a 49ers win. I am also going to predict that Jimmy Garoppolo does the drive for 2021. And we pull it out and we beat them on that drive. So I am saying, and I know everyone fucking hates Jimmy G and bin him and put Trey Lance in and all that shit. I am saying Jimmy G will do the drive to whatever you want to call it, catch, whatever. He will do that today. He will beat the Bungles. Everyone will still hate him. I don't care. Niners win. Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you with the Jimmy G stuff. I like Jimmy. I do. I think it's a weird one because Jimmy can play really well for an entire month, and then he'll have his bad game. Of course he does. We know it's in him, but he seems just he's on a shorter leash than a fat guy in a gimp suit at a bondage party.
Sounds like my Saturday night. Sorry.
I mean, I don't understand why people turn on him so quickly. Because he can play well. He's a decent quarterback. He's better than quite a few quarterbacks we've spoken about on this show and many other shows before. And I think we win. I don't know. I think the game-winning drive could be a good thing. I don't know if it'll be quite as awesome as Joe's, but yeah, Niners win, and we're going to have to score more than 35 points. I think.
I'm not saying it's going to be a Joe-ish drive. What I'm saying is he can lead the team down there, whether it's dink and dunk, whether it's passes to the sidelines. He's
done it. He's done it. Look at that. We've seen it all because it's the 2 years. It's been exactly 2 years now since he did it against New Orleans. All right. Yes, it was 2 years ago. A lot of things have happened since then. Jimmy's probably regressed a touch as well.
And George Kittle doesn't have 5 players hanging off of him, giving him face mask and trying to rip his fucking head off. But I'm just
saying.
I don't know. I just think he needs one thing or one drive, whatever it is, to shut people up. And this could be this week where he doesn't rely on the running game for that last drive and he just passes and doesn't be bad Jimmy. He's good Jimmy, just for a change. And everyone will go, oh, yeah, but it was the end of the game and they were tired and blah, 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 and all this bullshit. He's never going to win. He's never, ever going to win. Jimmy will never win. It doesn't matter. He wins the Super Bowl, he's still trash. And I hate toxic 49ers Twitter and all that shit. At the end of the day, Kyle trusts him to do whatever. And he's out there. So stop the bullshit, stop the negativity, and just support. They do that with Ben, and Ben has played badly. They do it with all QBs, except the 49ers honestly, Nick, seriously, and apparently I'm number 8 in top 10 Jimmy Sexuals on Twitter, which is really funny. I'm disappointed I wasn't number 1.
No, dude. No, I'm sorry, dude. You can't be number 1. That belongs to a lady called Alice. She is Jimmy Sexual number one, man.
AD 49ers does make me look like Pee Wee Herman sometimes in his support. Freddie, Niners, Bengals. Could be lone wolfing
my heart
here,
says
but
my
I
heart
could be
says
wrong.
with you guys and with the Niners because I need the Bengals to lose. But I mean, we're not going to be a playoff team, so it doesn't really matter that much. But my head says the Bengals. Last week they had a bit of a stinker against the Chargers. The week before they absolutely blew us out the water. They seem to blow hot and cold, and it just feels like this week they're going to come back hot again. I fancy CJ Uzoma to get a couple of touchdowns. And I think you'll keep the receivers fairly quiet. It'll be the tight end down the middle who will cause the trouble. And again, they've got so many weapons and they've got some decent playmakers on defense. So yeah, I don't want to go Bengals, but I think I'm going to be lone wolfing here. I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Freddie, get that dog back in the room. I think you're going to need bailing out.
I think I am definitely.
Freddie, come on, Freddie, come on, man, come on.
So, you can't talk.
I can't see a Niners win as much as I want it.
Ryan, obviously, we all know you're going to go for a Niners victory because if you don't, I'm going to fucking divorce you. Let's be fair.
I love you, Nick.
I used to love you until you picked. I know you won't. All seriousness. Oh, and hashtag breaking news, and this did make me laugh yesterday. Someone put this out on Twitter, which I had to comment, and of course I got a load of shit for it. But apparently, Trey Lance was Scout Team Player of the Week. Woohoo! Yeah! Hallelujah, brothers. Fucking hell. What is even Scout Team Player of the Week?
Who are you scouting anyway? Who's you scouting? Who's you
way?
scouting? Who the hell is you scouting anyway?
It's ridiculous. Ryan,
I know.
What you got?
Well, I'll bounce off you, Nick, what you said earlier. Jimmy G, please stay away from linebackers. Please. Because that's what gave Seattle the advantage that you threw their first interception last week. Oh, because Peachy said it on Nitty Gritty with Breezy that 54 is going to get you somehow. And he did. That was the first interception. And when he caught that ball, I was going to be drop it. I was going to be wood. But he didn't drop the ball, and I was like, oh, my God, here we go again. Somehow, some about Jimmy G with linebackers. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's not reading something right or he just can't see nothing right. But, I mean, I wouldn't Trey Lance in too, guys. Believe me, I do. But we got to ride off with Jimmy if we do. Because everybody says he's the best chance to win. But you got to stay away from linebackers. Read your checkdowns. Do your checkdowns right, Jimmy. All right? Thank God we have Brian Hill in here. Hope he shows something to us. Because Brian Hill could do something good. If he's that good, and that's the reason why Kyle went and got him, he must have something then that he sees in him. So thank God Debo's back, but I hope Debo is going to make it through the whole game. Because I hope Kyle's not rushing him back. If he's rushing him back and he gets hurt again, what the fuck you bringing back him for? You're just killing us. What are you doing, Kyle? I'm sorry. You brought Debo. He's a playmaker no matter what. But if you rush a player back and he gets injured again, what the fuck you gonna do next? Okay? I know we have Mitchell, but he's out too. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But we got to worry about this game right here. We can't worry about next game or next game after that. We got to worry about one game at a time. We got to win it, guys. We have to. It's an important game to us because that way it builds our confidence and everything. Keep on going up, So I want to keep on going to rant. So you guys go ahead, do your thing. I don't know if Nick's still in there.
Do you know what? I'm just looking at. Oh, Nick's disappeared. I'm just looking at what John said here, and I can't bring the comment up because I'm not the host. But saying about using split packages and putting in a bit of Trey Lance down, maybe even at the goal line, because this is what the Raiders have done with Mariota, and it worked. I think it was against the Cowboys. They chucked a play in there, and he scored a touchdown. So there's
he walked in, didn't he?
With a bit of athleticism and a slightly different style, you can chuck him in on a couple of plays and fool the defense. So yeah, I like that idea. You're going to need all the tricks in the book to beat the Bengals. They're just a genuinely, they can be on their day extremely good. So yeah, it's a tough ask to. It is in Cincinnati, isn't it? So it's a tough ask going into the jungle and coming out with a win, as I'm well aware from a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it'll be competitive, but yeah.
If Kyle has any trick plays on his book, you can bring some out. We just got to execute the plays. That's the problem we have. We have to execute the plays. If they can execute plays and Kyle has all his trick plays, please put him in and let him do it.
Oh, here we go.
Here she is.
Here he is. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
The real star of Nick's household.
I heard her barking outside, so I had to bring her in for a quick 2-minute showing. This is my new little bundle of joy, bless her. This is Roxy, complete lunatic. And there she is, look.
Hi.
She is a YouTube sensation.
What are you doing over there, co-hosting?
Well, I was going to try, as I said to you, to put her in the chair and do the thing like she was going to be starting the show, but unfortunately that didn't work out. So I've just brought her out here for a quick 2 minutes. I will be back. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back, and then we'll wrap the show up. Go through these comments. I will be back in a second.
He's cute. He's very cute. Very cute.
She looks well cool, man. But yeah, I mean, this is the game now for Kyle to really show up. Like you said, he's going to have to bring out the tricks. I mean, like John's got up on there. Maybe it's time to start throwing him in here and there. Didn't Trey Lance get Scout Team Player of the Year already or something? I think I read earlier on. So
yeah,
he's obviously making strides somewhere. Maybe those goal line packages are where we should put Trey in, give him some success.
You're right there, John, man. If Debo gets hurt, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be bad for us. He's a playmaker. He's expecting a big contract next year. I guarantee it. He's going to get an extension. He's going to get it. That's why we're pushing him. I can tell. But if he comes out there and shows that he can play, he can do his right shit. He always does. I just hope nothing bad happens to him. I'm praying to God for him.
Yeah.
Please.
We've got to be careful because we've done the same. We've rushed players back this season. TJ Watt, for example, we've rushed back and he's been injured on and off all season. So you've got to be careful because you can make that mistake of rushing someone back and they get a serious injury and make it much worse. So, but Debo is so important to that offense.
Yeah, he is.
And this is a must-win game. So it is getting that balance right. And it's a horrible decision for a head coach to make, and I'm sure he'll have talked to the medical team, and if the medical team think he's good to go, then they'll go for it.
You're getting some love from John V, Freddie. I don't know what you said in my absence, but he's just said thank you. So I don't know if his face has fallen in the soup or something.
Just me. I am the. You bring me on every week because I'm just the fountain of common sense.
Well, yeah.
No, that's Carl. Can't take that from him.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping on the Falcons either.
Yeah,
I'm not sleeping on the Falcons. No way. I'm not sleeping on them.
Got some comments. Mixon back, Higgins back. That forced Carl's hand to play Debo, and now the traders have to clear him. So that's that. We don't want Debo getting injured again, but there's obviously if they have to try and rely on him too much, there is a chance that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope Sherfield. I hope other guys step up. Am I worried? Of course I am. Not going to lie. Of course I am. But I'm a Niners fan, and I'm always going to back my team, however bad things are and however desperate things get. I'm always going to back my team. So I got to believe that we're going to win somehow, some way, by some freak of nature, by the defense stepping up, the offense stepping up, everyone stepping up, even special teams not laying an egg.
Can I get my lone wolf out the way?
Well, it depends. Are you actually going to lone wolf it, or are you going to do injured dog it?
Well, I did 2 last week, and one was good and one was terrible. So
I mean, one was
An improvement.
bad. So let's see if you stepped your game up this week, Freddie.
probably not. Right, here we go.
That actually, for you, was pretty professional. And talking of unprofessional, look who's just turned up.
Oh, Arrowhead.
Oh, hello.
What's up, Scott?
Look at that. Lovely.
That looks like the
It never
drive-through in
fails.
Kansas,
The PA
McDonald's. I
The
don't know
PA
about.
guy is making a bunch of noise now.
So, Scott, tell me, we've actually found one of your burner accounts. Are you now going to admit how many you actually have?
None. I don't have any.
Hang on, let me find where one of your burners came in. There we go. So is that not you, the fish whisperer?
That's not a burner account, Nick. That's just my YouTube account.
Oh, there we go.
Terrible. I don't know if you were tuned in, Scott, but we all picked you to beat the Raiders, by the way.
In key situations. As fans, it's important that you know how to respond.
Oh, look, there's all of one person there. Woohoo,
Yes,
well done.
It's packed with 5 people.
It is looking very quiet there, Scott.
Here's our game plan.
They obviously came in a mini taxi or something, because
Are they all
that's all
coming
that
in?
looks like
'Cause
there
it's
is
not
there.
that long until kickoff. So.
Then turn right
What's going on?
and proceed to the nearest
Exactly,
final
it's terrible. Scott, we need to see it when it's like 1,000,000 decibels, not when there's like 5 of you there.
It's a little empty right now. But
You've got
filling up here in
24
about 5
minutes till
minutes.
kickoff. 24 minutes, I have to say. That's terrible. That's one of Scott's fan children there doing
That
a
is
bit of
Scott's
cheering.
only
by the way.
fan. Yeah.
Scott's only fan.
You picked the Raiders game yet?
Yeah, I've just said we all picked you to beat the Raiders.
Clean sweep.
No, the Raiders just gave us a little extra motivation by running out to the Arrowhead at the 50-yard line and jumping up and down and waving their arms in the air like they wanted the crowd to make some noise. So I'm sure that will get to the locker room, and the players won't be very happy about that.
Yeah, that never goes well.
You never know, Patrick Mahomes' brother might do a shitty TikTok dance because of it.
Move as far away from the stadium as possible.
Right, Scott, it's been good having you on, seeing some atmosphere in Arrowhead. If this is your first time to this channel, as Panama Queen said, when you come in this building, please hit that like button. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Normally we go on a Saturday, but I was dog sitting. You saw my new little doggy.
Good seeing you.
Peace out, man.
We'll holler at you
time,
next
man.
week.
We will be back as per on a Saturday next week. Carl and the gang, etc., will be back. I am covered in white bloody terrier dog hair. I need to go and get my lint roller out.
Let roller out. Come on, let roller out.
It's been great having you guys on. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday. Thanks for taking time out. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's fun.
Niners somehow win. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, let everyone know where they can find you on Twitter and all that other malarkey, and any final thoughts.
No, I mean, it's all on there. You know, Nick, I'm nludlam84 on Twitter. But yeah, let's go get this. This is it now. We've got to win. yeah, we lose this, things start to look bad. If we can just a win and Debo's healthy, let's go.
I think if we lose, we may see Trey if Jimmy isn't very good. I don't know how that's going to affect the team and, you know, the locker room, because obviously you've got to take that into account. My final thoughts, put up 35, Jimmy G, game-winning drive. Game-winning drive, Jimmy. This is your time to shine. Shut everyone up for a week. Defense, Josh Norman, under 20 yards. PI calls. You know, I don't know what's more bold prediction. Josh Norman under 20 yards PI or Jimmy leading a game-winning drive. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, everyone have a good Sunday. Again, Demaryius Thomas, RIP. Really sad situation. Freddie, over to you. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know if they want to come at you with your really shit lone wolves, where they can find you on Twitter, and any final thoughts.
Well, being no Steelers today, I will be giving all my hot takes on Twitter this evening. So feel free to come and give me abuse to anything that I say. I'm at Freddie Hopper Dav. If you want to come and have a laugh, I will be watching the Ravens and Browns game. I'll have Red Zone on as well, and then I will also be watching the Niners game. So if I do give any stick to the Niners, which is quite likely if they're as bad as they were a week ago, then yeah, feel free to come and give me some stick or come and agree with me or whatever. Because as you guys always are, even though I am a bit of an outsider supporting the Steelers, it's always great fun coming on here and giving you all abuse, particularly Nick and Nick.
We do love having you on, Freddie, because you are a good sport and it is funny and you do make me laugh, which is part of what we are. Ryan, let everyone know about your YouTube channel, your what you do, where you are, Twitter, and all that jazz.
YouTube channel is always faithful 24/7. Let's go Let's go 49ers. Sorry for that. So that's where you can find me at, okay? And my Twitter handle is JMSY168. That's Joe Montana, Steve Young, 168. All right. I'm not looking for big subscribers. I'm just looking for who I'm looking at. I put it on Twitter yesterday that I'm looking for another co-host. Lawrence is one of them, but he can't do it every day. I won't mind doing this on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, and Mondays, 5 days a week. And Tuesday, Wednesdays, it's between me and my wife. That's me and wifey time. So basically, my shows, I usually do them between 9 and 10. Now, I usually do them for at least a half hour to an hour. So if anybody out there wants to do a co-host, come on in. Give me a DM. You know, I don't want no personal information from you. I just want your DM. Make sure you're good and you rock with me. And then give me your email and we'll start it up together. And then me and Lawrence and you can go on there and we can start our show up. So basically I've been doing it for the last, about a month now. And I've been doing a lot by myself. I just try to throw out news and the game and what's been going on with the team. And I'm thinking about doing hopefully all the other sports too. So baseball, hockey, and basketball. I got my new one of Chicago Bulls. I'm doing that one too. But that only lasted for about 15, 20 minutes because, I had to do other stuff with the kids and all. So basically that's where I'm at with that. I hope everybody can give me a DM and hopefully get hooked up on it and get things going, Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. If you ask Nick, I was shy too when I first started. When I first started, I was a wreck. I didn't know what the hell to say. I'm not used to it. I'm always looking at myself, So, but basically it's really easy to do and I'm used to it now, so it's easy. So, go ahead,
every
Nick,
time
bud.
I look at myself, I just think I'm sexy and I know it. And if I talk to myself, I talk to myself. But it's
Oh God!
I've watched some of his
Cry.
games with Lawrence, and for real, the hardest thing I found even back in the beginning, though I had a co-host, was talking just with you two and having no interaction. And, you know, these things do take time to build up. I mean, we're still 156 followers or something, but obviously we do get regular contributors. Is that a word? Yeah, contribution in the chat.
Contributions.
Obviously, Nick from the 49ers, Freddie, JV, Dion. Sometimes we have nothing but Niners on, and they are like gold dust getting these people to come on. And I appreciate every single one of you that takes an hour. Sometimes we go for 3 hours and just chat shit and do whatever. But I like to think it's quite fun. And I'm just so pleased I started doing this. Unfortunately, my co-host from the very beginning decided that it wasn't for him, but I still carry on the brand. We still have a laugh. We still talk football, and with everything that's gone on and is still going on in the world with COVID and all the other bad shit that's going on, it's escapism for me. And we all like to escape, Nick, right? We all like to get out of our real lives and just chat shit for a couple of hours on a Saturday and just make it fun, make it lighthearted. You're never going to hear me talking about PFF or any of that other shit because I'm not interested. I just like to come on, take the piss out of people, have the piss taken out of me, and just enjoy myself and have fun, because that's what this sport's all about. It's all about having fun and having rivalries, but just in a light-hearted way, right? Because who wants to go on a real highbrow serious thing? You just want to go on somewhere and you can say shit, fuck, wank, piss, bollocks.
And that's all the words to describe the Niners this season.
Freddie.
Which way are you? Which way are you? Hey guys, that better? Here you go.
Sorry, Nick, you gave me a freebie there, and I wasn't listening.
Go, Nick.
It's going to be really interesting, right? Because we will have.
I can put you on a screen.
We are going to have a meet-up, hopefully next year in London when the games are on. I don't think, unless the Niners play, or the Steelers, or someone that comes on this show, one of their teams play, I don't think I'm going to be really that interested in going. But I will go to London to meet people that have been on the show, have a laugh with, have some beers with, and just genuinely chew the shit for a few hours and then just sort of go home. Because, and we've discussed this before on here about a London franchise, or you know, the teams that come over here. I think next year they're going to have to step up their game with the teams and opponents they get over here, because
they couldn't have picked 4 worse teams, really.
I mean, they are kind of milking beating a dead horse to a certain extent, because they know, especially this year, with obviously COVID and the games being cancelled last year, it was an easy sell this year. Because
Nick, with the game going to Germany next year, you just watch them get the good game and we'll be lumbered with whatever it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But there again, you see, I wouldn't be adverse to a trip to Germany if it was safe.
This is true.
It was a decent game. Just for and again, depending on where they play it, because obviously we know a lot of the soccer stadiums, which it will be in a soccer stadium in Germany, are really, really cool places to go. So I wouldn't be adverse if I can get a cheap ticket, cheap hotel, cheap flight to going to Germany, but blowing out the London games based purely on who they send. But you're right, Freddie. I think the Germany game next year will be the marquee one, because that's where they want to build it, other than London in Europe. And it's going to be, it could be you think it could be, and I'm going on Super Bowl wins, irrespective of how well or bad you could see Pittsburgh go, you could see the Niners go, you could see Dallas go, you could see the Chiefs. It's going to be that type of game. That's what I think personally.
What would be very funny is because the only team that's never come to London is the Packers. It'd be very funny to see the meltdown on NFL UK if the Packers go to Germany. That I would love to see. I would like to see that. Yeah.
I still don't think they'll give up a home game.
No, they would never give up a home game. No, it would have to be away.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hilarious to see the Packers Saints or Packers. Oh, how funny would it be? Packers
game in Germany. Yeah, that would be
Packers
funny.
at Bears.
That
wouldn't happen. It would have to be it would have to be a non-conference away game, I think.
But it would just be funny because, you know, and they announce early it's going to be the Packers. And then everyone's like,
I love the NFL meltdowns in this country occasionally over a petulant thing.
But I'm just saying it would be hilarious. So the Packers get announced as one of the teams that are coming and TBA, and then 3 weeks in, they say it's a Bears-Packers game and the Bears are shocking and everyone would be so let down. But that wouldn't surprise me as a London game, as a Packers versus someone awful. And they need to force the Packers' arm up their back to get them over it, because they've got a big fan base.
It might be something like Packers at Jaguars. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's in the new agreement, though. Every team has to give up a home game every 8 years, at least once in an 8 year cycle. But that can be London or Mexico or Germany now. I mean, so they might just go south.
As I said, I think I would only go to a London game if the Niners are playing. I'll go for one of them just to do like the pre-game thing and maybe go to the Green Man or maybe do a Shank Club NFL meet on a Sunday morning or something like that, to get everyone together and have a laugh and take a few beers. But I'm I don't know. Is it wrong for me to say I'm done with the London games because they bore me?
No, because I'm in the same spot now, having been to Levi's and experienced a proper NFL day atmosphere. London isn't the same. It's not the same.
And I've been to games in the States, and I get the proper tailgate. And when they advertise the NFL in London tailgate, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm so tempted to go to Vegas for the Raiders versus Niners next year. I'm so tempted. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I may have to eat pot noodles for the next year.
Shank Club on tour.
Or cup of noodles in the States, as they're probably known.
I don't think anyone wants to see me in Vegas, so that's a definite no.
Well, you get ID. Thing is, Freddie, you'd get ID'd everywhere. And that's
I don't mind looking young, that's all right.
Freddie's got the look about him as if he's going to be counting cards, though.
Yeah, he does. Actually, you're quite right. He does look like he's a card shark, or one of these people that will go into Vegas and clear the house out or something. the George Clooney of the Shank Club.
Yeah, proper in with my sunglasses as well. I'd be.
Or we could say Ocean's 2.5 for Freddie. I am contemplating going to Vegas for Niners Vegas next year. I am, if I can get a good deal, because I think that would be amazing. A, to see a road game. B, in that stadium, and C, to go to Vegas. And I've been to Vegas plenty of times. But I think can you imagine a Niners takeover of Vegas? It would be amazing. Ryan, you have to get your wife to let you go to Vegas. If I'm going, you're going.
That's be hard on our schedule because of our work schedule. That's gonna be hard. That is.
But that's what vacation is for, and it's a Sunday.
Dick, she hasn't had a vacation since she started there. And she started 8 years ago. I think 9 years ago.
Jesus.
So,
I hope she's got good holiday. I hope she's got good vacation pay.
I don't know about her financial situation at work. That's any problem.
It's really funny
On how to
because
do it.
I had 2 weeks off because I had a really bad flu and cold and what have you. And I went back to work last Monday, and then on the Monday when I went back, I knew I was getting Roxy, the new 49ers dog. So I had 2 days vacation left. So I told them that I was having last Thursday and last Friday off. And he said, hang on a minute, you just had 2 weeks off. I said, well, that's sick and it's unpaid. So I've got 2 days left and I'm taking them.
Yes.
And then next week is my last week. And then I'm then not back till the 4th of January because I always take the last week off. Because in my industry that I work, nobody is on building sites. Everyone's winding down for the holidays. So there's no real point going into work. So, yeah, I've got a week. And then I'm off for 2 weeks, maybe. I think something like that. 2.5 weeks over here.
I know my wife can't wait for the game for this or here. She wants us to go against them. She can't wait for that again. They beat us last time we were playing against them.
So will there be all-out war if the Patriots and Niners met in the Super Bowl?
That's what we're that's what we're talking about the other night. It's like, can you imagine that? I'm like, oh,
do you know what? That would be a whole show on its own, and I would do a live Super Bowl watch party. Have you and your wife on the same camera watching the same game. That would be quite funny.
She said she wouldn't mind doing this with me, but the only problem is she's got the jitters, camera jitters.
Listen, there's one place you can come on and not get the camera jitters, and that's with us.
Only three people.
She's watching it. She's watching it. She's watching it now. So
what's your wife's name, Ryan?
Christina.
Become part of the Shank Club NFL family. You can come on next Saturday if you're around and do the pick. Kick Ryan's arse out of the chair, or he can stand behind you. Next week.
She said no vacation pay. She only paid their vacation.
I want to see Christina. I want to see you next week picking half of the games.
Probably do it better than Ryan, I guess. So,
we need to see.
Come
on and do some.
I'm waiting for her to respond to me about that. She says to me.
She's just said, "Thank you, Nick." Christina just responded live in the comments. Christina.
Oh yeah. She posted it. She said she posted it. Here you go. Thank you, Nick.
You have my permission to kick Ryan's arse out for half of the games, week 15. Because I'm sure you're better looking than him. It's just not your fault. You're a Pats fan, right? We can't all help the team we like. And I get you're from Boston, but right. I'm going to get up out of here. It's 3 minutes till the games start. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Nick.
Anytime.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you for all the comments. Panama Queen, Christina, thank you for chiming in. John V, the rest of the gang that always contribute. This is Shank Club NFL. We are out of here. We will be back next Saturday, normal time, same bat time, same bat channel. I've now got to go and look after a psychotic dog because my wife has told me I've got to. So I'm out of here. Everyone, Shank Club NFL. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Let's go.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.